This is Frank Islam, Chairman and CEO of FY Investment Group and your host of Washington Current Review, where we interview leading voices from business and politics and explore the topics of current interest that impact you, the viewer. Today, our guest is Dr. Banik, Dr. Sambhu Banik. Dr. Banik is an internationally known clinical psychologist. He had been professor of psychology and counseling at Bowie State University. He will be discussing the topics of community services, as well as his book. And I love this book. Look at this book. I want to tell people in the audience, this is a great book, and everyone should go and buy one of these. In addition to this book, he's also a man who writes the books on Indian cuisine, which I love, and I share a common destiny with him on this. So these are the two books on Indian books as well. Thank you very much for coming to Seoul.
My pleasure, sir.
It is wonderful to see you. Now, tell me a little bit about your active involvement in community service. To me, community service is a noble cause. We should all give back to our community, to our country, to our nation, because we are blessed. So tell me what made you to be have an active involvement in the community.
Well, I learned it from my departed father, Padmalochan Banik. When we were growing up, we had shortage of water in the village we used to live. My father was the first one who built a well, and that served hundreds of people. And that made my father, our family, so well known in the community. Water is the spring of life.
Water is spring of the life. What a best way to describe it.
So from that moment on, I started feeling that I should give back something to the community. I also am a follower of Swami Vivekananda. He has so eloquently stated that to reach God is through the human beings. So I have been following this philosophy for a long period of time.
So that basically gave you the basic building blocks for you to get involved in the community. Your
Correct.
Upbringing in a small village in India. What are some of the pros and cons of community activities, rewards versus financial sacrifice?
Well, when you get involved in the community, you have to be prepared to have lots of sacrifices. There is no financial incentives. You have to pay on your own. And also, the time. There are people in this world who have utilized those time to build homes, build bank accounts, build yachts, made millions of dollars. I, on the other hand, felt that by giving something, the country has been great to me.
Yes, we are been blessed.
I feel that America is a land of opportunity. Any individual who is honest, sincere, hardworking, well motivated, and no skeleton in the closet can accomplish anything. And I have found, although it does not have any financial reward, but it gives you something. I have never aspired for an award. But if you do come, I want to invite you to come. Now you talked about my cooking. I want to invite you and your wife to come have a beautiful home-cooked dinner.
Oh, I'd love to have that. And I'm sure this is all for you guys, too, in the audience.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Go have some delicious Indian cuisine with Dr. Banik.
So, I have been awarded from national, international organizations, even without my knowledge, for the contributions. Even at one point, I sacrificed my life to go to Bhopal, the worst man-made disaster in the world.
I know. That's a wonderful thing to do. Tell me your first-hand experience of Bhopal gas tragedy.
When I saw Mother Teresa, she is one of my mentors. She is a great source of inspiration for me. She has gone to Bhopal to see the victims. Thousands of people are dying or dead. I contacted the government of India And I'm so proud to tell to the viewers that I was the only Indian American ever given permission by the Prime Minister of India to go to Bhopal and help those victims. Especially in India at that time, there was no mental health provisions in the hospitals.
And your background served very well.
Right. And I worked 17, 18, 19 hours a day, working with the doctors, working with all the people who are helping those victims. And I learned a lot from that experiences. Now, I mentioned sacrificing my life. When I returned, all the televisions from NBC, CBS, CNN, all are waiting at Dallas airport to interview me because I was the only one who had the first experience. But I was rushed to Holy Cross Hospital in an ambulance. I was having high temperature.
Wow.
So I developed pneumonia from that experiences there. No?
Wow.
But still I went back. I had been to Bhopal 19 times. I have followed up.
19 times.
And my contribution has been documented all over the world. In every newspaper, every television, they have shown what conclusion I have generated from my studies and from my interviews, from my contact with the families and people around Bhopal and surrounding areas. So that is, and because of that, I got Mother Teresa International Award for my work in Bhopal. And the mayor of the District of Columbia also recognized me. The Congress of the United States also recognized me because of my work in Bhopal.
Because of your service
to Bhopal.
To the cause of humanity.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Please tell our viewers about your serving a lot of boards and commission you serve. Tell me a little bit about that.
Thank you for asking me. Presently, I am the perhaps only Indian American in this country who serves 2 human rights commissions. One is the state of Maryland. I was appointed by the governor and confirmed by the Maryland Senate, and I was appointed by the county executive.
County executive, which county executive are you talking about?
Montgomery County.
Yeah,
Ike Leggett.
Yes.
Twice. So I'm serving 2 human rights commissions, and that has been wonderful experience. Besides, I was also appointed to serve 2 terms as the commissions on disability.
On disability.
In addition to that, President George W. Bush appointed me as a member, a presidential member of the President's Committee on People with Intellectual Disabilities. I'm still serving till May of this year.
So your term has not expired so far?
No, not yet. So, plus I'm involved in many other, in the nation's capital, any association they see, I have left some marks. I have worked with them. I have become president, vice president, or secretary, treasurer, you name it. Because to me, in my blood, what I learned from my father, son, one day we all have to go, but you can leave something behind. And that is exactly what I practice.
So you're more interested in your memory and legacy?
Yes. Well, everybody has to leave something behind. And I think that each and every individual has tremendous potentiality to show to the world that we all have got the ability to change the lives of others. That's one aspect.
So